Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day one of a brand new week. The Entei Research Event is over, and we need to wrap things up from the event right before we can move on into getting into what's coming up next. But we are going to start with 99 sleep points, almost 100, not quite. But that is going to give us 8,414 in total. And for the daily lottery, let's see. We're going to get 10 more diamonds. Very nice. I do need those diamonds. Sort of considering buying another Entei bundle before it's over, since the exchange shop does last until Thursday. So getting some more mains may not be the worst thing. But let's jump into this sleep report and see what happens first. I did decide to go ahead and do a thing for science. I did use my Entei incense. I'm not gonna try to buy the biscuits, I don't think, unless I'm just get in the moment and I get swept up and, you know, Entei just really entices me. But my plan is to not try to catch it, but just to see if we can get the 3-star. That's all I really want, is to try to get the 3-star and see what we get out of it. With an 8% dozing, 37% snoozing, and 55% slumbering. Wow, my sleep was all over the place. Anyway, so that's definitely going to be a slumbering type, which is not good for getting more mains, but maybe we'll get a Totodile, which could be very helpful going forward with Suicune coming up, since that's what we are looking out on the horizon for now. We do get the 1.5 times Drowsy Power multiplier, which is 266,840,000. Just because I am curious to see how well all of you did, let me know in the comments below what Drowsy Power score you got today. And while you're there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I am trying to get to 1,000, at which point I've got a special surprise for you guys. Only about 40%, only about 60% of you that watch the videos are subscribed, about 40% are not. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button while you're down there and let me know what your Drowsy Power was for today. And let's see if we got any kind of lucky. We did get one 3-star that was normal. So let's see what happens with the incense. Hopefully it's what I want and it wasn't a wasted incense, because that would be really unfortunate if it was. I'm not gonna lie, I thought about using the Raikou incense too, but I probably should have, but something just told me not to. Ooh, that's a 1-star Entei. Hopefully that's a natural spawn and we get, hopefully that was not the the incense. There is one new sleep style, so maybe we just got lucky and got a natural spawn and the incense. So let's see. We've got an Entei, we've got a Riolu, a Krogunk, a Swalot, a Charmeleon, a Squirtle, a Wynot, and a Weepinbell. No Totodile. Well, let's see. There's still one new sleep style. No, there's the Entei that we've already seen. Ooh, upside down Magneton. So it wasn't the 3-star Entei. So I've clicked on you twice, 3 times. Oh, you actually have to click below it on the shadow. Very weird. Upside down Magnezone Sleep. I said Magneton, I think. So unfortunately, the incense was kind of wasted. Did not get the 3-star like I was hoping for. So that is unfortunate. And the Entei was not shiny, so not a guaranteed catch. So the only way I'm going to feed this Entei is if it's hungry, and I'm only going to give it a Poke Biscuit to try for the critical capture. Outside of that, it's not hungry. So yeah, I'm not gonna spend mains trying to catch another one when there's no guarantee that it's going to be any good. Let's see. We have 763 mains currently. We will get a little bit more. Yeah, no, I don't want to spend the mains on it. I could be really goofy and throw a Master Ball at it. I could, because I'm not going to spend Entei biscuits. I want to save the mains for other stuff. Swalot I don't need. Wynot I don't need. Really don't need anything. Yeah, nothing here is really jumping out. I mean, the Magnezone would be nice, but I need a Magnemite. I'd rather evolve it to get the extra levels on the main skill. Man, what do we even give this bonus biscuit to? really don't know. Maybe the Riolu? Maybe? I think I need a better one. Yeah, let's just give it to the Riolu. And you know what? It's dumb, but it's for the video. Let's do it. Let's just throw a Master Biscuit at the final Entei. We'll have 2 more Master Biscuits by the time Suicune rolls around. So I'll have 3. Let's just see and hope that this one's good. Be good to me, Entei. I used a Master Biscuit on 2 of you. I don't know what else I would use a Master Biscuit on anyway. There doesn't really seem to be much in the game worth using Master Biscuits on other than legendaries because of how many resources it takes to catch them. So, let's see and let's hope that it's good. And just for the final day, let's go ahead and send out some more Entei candy. Total of 84 mains from today's research. That's pretty good, pretty good. I wasn't expecting to get anywhere close to 100. But we did get 6,738 research XP converted to dream shards and another 20,556 dream shards. Very nice, about 27,000 total, which is what we spent on Blastoise yesterday, so that works out. All right, our final Entei of the event. Let's see. Please be good to me. I was silly. Brave. Is Brave good? I don't remember. I confused it with Adamant for a moment, and now that I've confused it with Adamant, I can't think of what it actually is. But we did get all the ingredients, so that's good. I like having that spread on skill specialists. Inventory up, ingredient finder, those are so far okay. Ingredient finder's not great. Helping speed is good, but it looks like we're not getting a skill level up. Research XP bonus. It looks like this Entei was not nice to us. Skill trigger at level 100. The nature. Speed of help up. Speed of help up, nature is pretty good. XP gains down is kind of bad, but this may be okay. All right, let's see. Let's see just how good or bad this Entei is. So far, better than the others, but we'll see if it stays that way. Helping speed M at level 50 is helping pretty substantially. Again, the only downside is with this Entei, with no skill level ups, it's going to take a lot of seeds to make it worthwhile. A lot of main skill seeds at that. So, may not be the best. And I think it's going to end up looking very similar to the other Entei, the second Entei that we caught. That it could be better than the first one, but it's going to take substantially more investments to make it that good, and I don't know how good it could possibly be. Come on, we just need that last level. Really the only things we want to use the sub-skill seed on would be skill trigger at level 100, but having to wait till level 100 to get skill trigger kind of sucks. And then we'd have to use 5 main skill seeds to get it to level 6. Outside of any event boosts, Entei has just not been kind to me. Certainly not like Raikou was. Got very lucky with Raikou catching a very good one on the second one, but this Entei, the third one, PR76, at the end of its life at a level 100, yeah, that does make sense. I think the speed of help is doing a lot of work. Let's see. 1.225 expected skill triggers on average from this Entei. And for the top tier, and this is at level 1, for top tier Entei, it's 1.317. So not a huge difference. Not even a 10% difference between the top and the one we have now at level 1. Let's check level 50 when we get the helping speed. Significantly higher difference. 1.541 is what ours will look like versus 2.403 for the top tier Entei. So yeah, and it looks like careful and sassy are definitely what we want for an Entei, and we did not get that. Speed of help does help, but not as much as that main skill chance, seemingly. Yeah, so this is going to be a situation where we just have to compare all three of them. Need to go into production comparison, compare all three of them, see which one, what they're going to look like at certain level breakpoints, and then also how much investment it's going to take to get them to a usable point if we plan to use them. So I'm going to save it, and we'll move on, and we'll start looking to the horizon for what's up next. I already have some plans on what we need to do and what we're going to do. But before we can get into that, we do need to get the weekly summary out of the way. All right, let's go ahead and move on. The weekly summary for week 45. Master 17. So that's a new record. We did actually get higher than we got last week, but last week stopped making meals towards the end of the week. This one just kind of wanted to push just to see what I could get to. So we did get to Master 7 with 1,796,906 final strength. 541,474 gains from berries, and 1,130,400 gains from cooking. All thanks to the Inferno Corn Keema Curry. Did get an overall grade of A, which is surprising. I thought I was going to get a B since I had 2 nights where I went to sleep very late. But nope, got an A, got the 4 small handy candies, which is very nice. But now we have to look to the future. And we don't know what we're going to get for the 1-year anniversary. We don't know what event, what bonuses we're going to get. We don't know if we're going to get a new island. I assume we're going to get a new island for the 1-year anniversary. It'll be about time for a new one, but we don't know for sure. But one thing we do know for sure is that Suicune is coming up. And one thing that I know for sure I need for Suicune is a good Totodile. And where can I find a Totodile? At Cyan Beach. So we're going to go back to Cyan Beach. We do have a pretty decent area bonus here, but we're going to do things a little bit different. We're not going to be trying to get a very high score. I've gone through the spawn probability calculations, and it seems like the best chance for finding a Totodile is in the master ranks between 1 and 5, if I remember my calculations correctly. But we did get salads, which is kind of unfortunate, but it also will help with keeping the spawns where we want them. We don't want to get too high in strength. So salads are not bad. And then the berries, of course, are always set, so we don't ever have to worry about that. Everybody on the team got a little bit of a buff from the XP. That's good. But let's see what we got going on. It looks like no new news to be expected. But for our community reports, about 44 of them. Hey, nice. All right, with the final community reports from the Entei Sleep Research Event, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 that doubled up, 7 of them being Entei candy. Very nice. And we've got a level up to go along with it. Can't beat that. 2 small ingredient tickets. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and collect these ingredients and see what we can make for breakfast. Skill trigger on you or Blastoise would be nice, but we didn't get it from Charizard. Did get it from Dragonair, so that's good. With some corn to go along with it. And we got a decent amount of oil. Not as much as I would like, but we don't really need oil all that much. Hey, skill trigger from Entei, very nice. Only ×3 though, because the event is over. And only got ×3 because the event had ended before he got that skill trigger, so had to have got it just a few hours ago. No skill trigger from Blastoise, but plenty of cocoa and a bit of milk to go along with it. Very nice. Everybody does have a little bit more. Let me go ahead and grab some of these berries. All right, and this week is going to be a week where we just level some other Pokemon up that we might have to get ready for Suicune, and not really going to put a lot of effort into it. Let me go ahead and show you. I've got these calculations running again, but this is the best probability of finding any Totodile is between What is this? Ooh, it actually looks slightly different than yesterday, but maybe that's because the event bonuses ended and maybe they were taken into account, but didn't think they were. Anyway, the Master 2 over to Master 5 and 6 range is a pretty decent range, and it starts to just slowly taper off after that. So I kind of don't want to go above Master 6, but anywhere between Ultra 4-ish and really Master 2 to Master 6 is going to be a really nice place to kind of hang out. So if we can get there really quickly and then just kind of hang out and maybe not do too much on the strength gaining side, we should be pretty good. So as far as getting there quickly, the strongest meal that I can make right now is unfortunately going to be the contrary chocolate meat salad, but we can load it down with some decent ingredients and hopefully get a pretty nice return. Let's go ahead and get this cooking. And then we can change it up because, like I said, we do want to get to the master range as quickly as possible. And then we just kind of want to hang out in that Master 1 to 6 range, or Master 2 to 6 range, as long as we can to maximize the odds of seeing a Totodile. And you can see I've got all of the different Totodile spawns accounted for. And this is kind of the range we want to sit in, right in here. I don't want to go too much further and let it drop off too much, even though it's not really a huge drop off. It's only, you know, from Master 6 to Master 12, it's only about a 4% drop off, but why lose odds if we don't have to? And it looks like we got that breakfast in just in time. So that'll be fun. Basic 2, we're definitely higher than Basic 2. Did I get that breakfast in time? I did. Good. Perfect. That's all I needed. Okay, so now we can change up the team. Let's go ahead and swap back over to our salad team. I think we are gonna run with this team. What meal does that make? Let's click on salads. That will make, that's if we're trying to make green grass salad, which would be nice to get to the master ranks pretty quickly, but we would need Flareon on the team to make that possible. I think we can pull that off. I think we can do that. We can keep Blastoise on the team for extra ingredients and berries, because we don't have a good water. We don't have a good water berry specialist, but I do have a Pokemon that does need some XP, so maybe we swap in that one instead. That might be beneficial for Suicune, but it depends on what they give us for the new recipes when we do get some. I'm assuming we're also going to get new recipes before Suicune comes out. So, yeah, let's do this. Let's use this team. Let's swap out Meganium, and we're going to put Flareon on the team for the extra pot space to try to make the green grass salad a few times. We don't need to make it all week, so we only need this for a little bit. But if we get Flareon on the team, we can get some pot space increases, make that green grass salad a little bit. And then the other one that I want on the team, you know what? Maybe just to help out with the tomato side. Because Victory Bell, yeah. Yeah, let's do this. Let's take the first day or two, see how it goes. Probably the first day. I want to be in that Master 2 to 6 range by the end of tomorrow if we can. So let's go ahead and take day 1. We'll have this team running. Hopefully between Venusaur and Victory Bell, we get plenty of tomatoes and potatoes. Oil is going to be a little bit rough because we did just use some in that meal because I was not thinking. For some reason, I thought we didn't need oil, but of course we need oil for the thing I want to do. But hopefully we can at least make a few, and it doesn't take long to get to Master 2. At the very least, Master 1 or Ultra 4, I think, is really where the probability really starts to stack up and get good. So let's try to get there. And the only problem is we're gonna have to worry about ingredients a little bit. but also we're gonna have to worry about trying to get slumbering type, which is very hard to do naturally. So I'm just gonna have to hope that I get lucky in that regard, which is why I kind of like the pseudo balanced, because then even if you don't get the sleep type you want, you can still see a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, the sleep I got last night would have been perfect for tomorrow, but apparently no, didn't get that lucky. But that's gonna be the plan for Cyan Beach this week. Try to get into that master 2 to 6 range as quickly as possible, and then try to hang out there as long as possible. For now, though, we do need to do one last thing to wrap up the Entei event, and that is to go check out the production comparison for the 3 Entei that we got to see which of the 3 is going to be the one that we keep and is going to be worth investing in. So let me make sure I do these in the right order. All right, so there's our 3 Enteis. This Entei is the Sleep XP bonus Entei. So you're up first. Then the second Entei is going to be, the only other one that's a level 27. Didn't matter. Didn't need to click on that anyway. This one. And then the last Entei will be too far down. Do I have the... Oh, because I caught this one at 26. That's why. Will be this Entei. All right, so let's expand all. Currently 1.27, 1.29, 1.29. Let's double check. The event bonuses should no longer be applicable. They are not. I did have skill trigger rates at a higher because I was messing around with water types. But everything is back to normal. Cool. So 1.27, 1.29, 1.29. Both the second and third Entei I caught. No, I messed up. How did I do that? How did I mess up that badly? Anyway, let's go select them again, because apparently I don't know what I'm doing. This Entei. I have just messed this up entirely. Restart. All right. So it's the 26 with Sleep XP bonus first. That's the first Entei. Now I've got it right. Then the second Entei is 27. Then the third Entei is level 28. This was not that hard. How did I mess this up so badly? Anyway, now we've got it straight. So, first Entei, 1.17. Second, 1.27. Third, 1.29. We actually have Calm, which is speed of help down, which is terrible on the second Entei. But let's put them all at level 50 and see what we're looking like when we get to that point. That's kind of where I'm looking at most Pokemon now when I kind of look towards the future, because 55 is the current cap, but 50 is where they get their next sub-skill. So I'm just kind of chilling out at level 50 most of the time. We have 1.22 on the original Entei at level 50, 1.54 on both the second and third Entei at level 50. So not bad. We do get another skill trigger on the second Entei at level 50. So that's not terrible. But even though they are triggering a little bit more often, it is only level 1 for both of them compared to level 3 on the first Entei. If we were to make some investments, let's go ahead and grab these same Entei again in the same order. Let's make sure we keep them in the same order. And I thought I could move them around, but maybe I am just making stuff up. Anyway, grab them same order just to keep things easy. 27, and we can only... Nope, there we go. There it is. We can do all 6. Okay, so the second set will be the one that we invest in. Let's do worst case scenario. So worst case scenario, this one actually needs no sub-skill seeds at level 50. So 0 sub-skill seeds, but 5 main skill seeds. 5 main skill seeds. Let's just expand all. The second Entei, level 50. 1 subskill seed at level 50 for skill trigger M, and 5 main skill seeds. So level 6, and then for the first Entei, what do we need to invest? Nothing. Except for 3 main skill seeds. Okay, so significantly less investment in the very first Entei that we caught. A good amount of investment in the second one. It was 5 main skill seeds and 1 sub seed. And in the last one, the one we caught today, only 5 main skill seeds. But yeah, that's a significant investment. And at level 50, the second one actually performs better with skill trigger M with that sub skill seed investment. But again, worst case scenario here, forgot about that. We would need probably, if I got very unlucky, 2 sub skill seeds. So potentially 3 sub skill seeds and 5 main skill seeds in this Entei just to get it to 1.75 at level 50. And I don't know how I feel about that. That's a lot. If we go ahead and run to level 100, let's see. Level 100 on everybody. There's got to be a faster way to do this, and maybe I just haven't figured it out yet. But there's got to be a faster way to put everyone at level 100. Okay. Funny enough, at level 100, the first Entei outperforms both of them. Takes less main skill seeds and gets 2.05 skill triggers versus 1.94 for the second and 1.95 for the third, without any sub skill seed investment and only 3 main skill seeds. If we wanted to make the one we caught today actually good, worst case scenario, there's 2 sub skill seeds, 3 sub skill seeds, and 4. Worst case scenario, 4 sub skill seeds on the Entei that we caught today. And at level 100, we would not invest any more sub skill seeds because we do not want Ingredient Finder to level up. So that one still stays at 5 and 3. So I think we can pretty safely say no, 2.24 on the one we caught today. But that is a huge investment for a 10%. Is that 10%? I think that's about a 10% increase in skill triggers per day. Have I done my math wrong? No, my math is correct. It's just shy of 10% increase over the first Entei. But worst case scenario, 5 and 4 seeds. And that's a lot of seeds when you don't have a regular supply coming in. If we were to never invest in any of them and just let them be, the first Entei outperforms the other 2 easily. And then the fact that there's a 10% increase, but it takes so many resources to get that 10% increase from the third Entei, I'm really thinking we just stick with the first Entei we got, 3 main skill seeds if we ever invest in it at all, and just be happy with it. I think it's the better one. Funny enough, the one that I thought was the worst one is actually the better one, in my opinion, simply for the amount of resources it would take to get this one to be good. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. But perhaps I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking at this in the wrong way. If you think I'm wrong, or if you agree with me, let me know in the comments below, because I think we're going to get rid of these other 2 that we caught and just stick with the first one we have. We've already invested in it a little bit just in terms of time. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at on these Entei. So overall, that's the end of the Entei research event. And how do I feel about it now that it's over? I honestly feel like a lot of the magic was kind of lost after the first week was over. And I feel like whether it was just a perception or if it was actually happening. The amount of mains that we seemed to be getting seemed lower than the Raikou event. Kind of made it feel less exciting as well. So all in all, the Entei event was kind of interesting just to see how far I could push the ranks while we were there, and what I could do if I actually had a full week of prep for ingredients and had the right team to really push very hard on the ranks. That was probably the most interesting part of that of the event for me. But I didn't really need the event for that. I mean, yeah, having the bonus to, getting an extra ingredient every time a fire type brings in ingredients, and also having the extra main skill levels did help a bit. In the end, I don't think it would have really affected the rank that I could have gotten to very much. I think I would have still made it to Master 15 or 16 if I did it without the event. I caught a decent amount of Pokemon. Not too many of them were actually worth keeping. Even the Entei that I ended up with, and granted, this is RNG, this isn't really the event's fault, it's just how it worked out this time. The Entei that I have that is actually, in my opinion, usable isn't that great. But again, I'm jaded because I got a really good Raikou the second Raikou I caught, so I'm a bit jaded there. All in all, the event was kind of so-so, and after the first week, it wasn't really all that interesting. The most interesting thing now is just buying the main skill seed to have. Now I have 3 of them. I could invest in that first Entei if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I don't know. It was an okay event. Am I unhappy about it? No. Am I super excited about it? Did I have a really good time because of specifically what was happening during the event that we could only experience during the event? It was okay. But all in all, fun event for a little bit, and then it just kind of died off. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments on how you feel about the event. For me, I kind of want them to change it up, make it more exciting, because it does feel like I said, after that first week, there's not really much else to do. Everybody's already caught their first Entei. Trying to hunt another one with the amount of resources it takes just to catch one, and then it not be good, really takes away from the excitement of trying to catch one. I don't know if I want them to give us a drastically increased shiny rate just to make it easier to catch them, because then if everybody has a shiny, then they're not special in a way. It's kind of a problem I have with Pokemon Go and community days. Like, if everybody can catch 500 shinies in a day, then what's the point of having the shiny? It's not special anymore. So I don't know if I want them to do that, or if I just want maybe the biscuits buffed a little bit to where it doesn't take 5 biscuits to catch them. Or maybe make the biscuits cheaper. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, but I know going through the Raikou event, I do remember after that one was over, feeling like once I'd caught that second Raikou, what was the point of me really hunting more Raikou and really participating in the event outside of getting Raikou mains to buy stuff from the shop? And that's kind of what it felt like mostly with the Entei event. Even now, I don't even know if I want to buy this Entei incense. I don't know if I really care to try to catch another one with how much resources it would take to catch another one, and then not even have a pretty good potential of it not even being good and usable with the subskill seeds and the nature that it gets. So I feel like these events need to be buffed in some way to make them more exciting, and I don't know what the solution is. There's probably multiple solutions, probably even solutions that I'm not even thinking of. I'm just trying to work within the framework of what we already have in the game, whether it's buffing the biscuits, making the biscuits cheaper, or, increasing shiny odds for the legendaries, which I feel like we could have an increased shiny rate and it still feels special with how rare they are to see in the first place. So, maybe even if you know, we increase the shiny rate by double with how rare they are, or maybe even increase the shiny rate by triple with how rare they are, it would still be rare to get a shiny, I think, a legendary. But again, I think the biggest problem is that it takes so many resources to catch the legendaries, and then there's no guarantee that they will even be good. So you are potentially wasting a ton of resources to get something that you can only use one per team anyway. So you can't use Entei and Raikou on the same team. You can only have one. So I feel like the fact that they're limited to one per team would be a decent justification for maybe raising the sub-skill floor on them a bit. You know, maybe make it to where they can't have any white skills. They can only have blue and gold skills. Maybe that's a way to do it. Again, I'm not saying these are definitively the right answers. I'm just trying to think of some ideas. I don't think that's the worst. I think maybe raising the skill floor would help. Is it the only solution? Probably not. There's probably other things they could do to make the events feel more exciting when you catch a legendary. Yeah, I don't know. I come away from the Entei event feeling kind of mixed. Like, it was okay. I had a decent amount of fun, but most of that fun wasn't because of the Entei event or what it brought along with it. It was just pushing the ranks and playing the game in a different way by actually preparing this time, and getting ingredients together and being able to make the strong meal that I was able to make, in part because of the good camp ticket and Flareon. So yeah, I think that's what I'm coming away with it. All in all, I'm kind of mixed. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I definitely think it has some potential. Hopefully they make some changes for the Suicune event that make it a little more exciting for all of us. Because I do know I read several comments, both on YouTube and on Facebook and other places, of people that just didn't really feel super excited about the Entei Research Event, especially once they had caught their first or second Entei. I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm just kind of here now. So they definitely need to do something to make it more exciting for us. But as what that is, I don't know. Like I said, just spitballing some ideas. But yeah, we do need to spend the rest of our mains. I think what I'm going to do, I'm not worried about getting a Firestone right now. We have plenty of sleep points that I could buy one from the shop if I need to. I think the best thing for me to do is going to be to buy. Yep, they will. That is exactly why. On June 6th at 4 a.m., Entei biscuits will turn into Great Biscuits, and that is why I'm just going to go ahead and buy 4 of them, sorry. Buy the 4 of them, and then I will end up with 4. If I somehow, which I can't, I'm on Cyan Beach. I don't know why I was about to say if I somehow see an Entei before then, I'll use it. But they will convert into Great Biscuits on the 6th, which is good for me, because I don't have the best supply of Great Biscuits, or the best source of Great Biscuits, so I'll take any chance I can get to get some extra ones. I feel like I've got a decent amount of Entei candies, so I'm not worried about getting any more. Firestone, I have enough sleep points, not worried about a Dream Cluster. We're getting so many Dream Shards now that I'm not super worried about one Dream Cluster. That's not going to make a big difference. So really, in terms of the thing that we're going to buy, I think the one that will help us the most with Suicune is just one more candy. The rest, you know what, might as well, nope, wrong one. Might as well just buy 2 more Entei candies, and that leaves us with 1 main, and that's gonna be the event. Nothing left to do for the event now other than to fondly wave goodbye and move on and look to the horizon for Suicune and hopefully be ready for that one. But yep, that's the plan for this week. Gonna try to sit in that Master 2 to 6 range. Entei event, feel pretty decent about it, but I'm kind of ready to move on and look towards the Suicune event. And that's it's been a long video today, so that's gonna be fun. But that's gonna be it from me. So if you enjoy these longer form videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Y'all have a good night, and until next time, later, dudes.